Hey, y'all, grab your flashlights and bug repellents.
Because we're going to Camp Phoenix.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet!
Hey, y'all, come on into the barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, meet the Whiff Pack, an awesome group of folks hanging out with us, and we'd love to meet you too.
We would, and so for our mention today, speaking of meeting fun friends, there is a Facebook group that is for the Phoenix fans that you should join if you're not already a member.
It's run by the fans, y'all. We sometimes post our videos there. There's a big old database of all the PAA soaps that have come out so far, and it's an awesome place to hang out some really cool folks. We'd love to see you there.
We would, and with that in mind, it's definitely camp when you're hanging out in that group, just like it is with this.
Y'all, Douglas this morning posted, all right, everybody, get in the van. We're going to camp, so come along with us while we meet this nostalgic soap. All right, y'all, so from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Camp Phoenix Summer 2024 edition is familiar, but not the same camp you attended years before. There have been some significant changes around here. Such is the delicate ephemeral nature of a mystical place in space, where the veil is thin and the stones stand themselves up on their own.
A place where the high strangeness runs thick as quicksilver syrup through its mycorrhizal network. A paranormal Play-Doh fun factory pressed down under the fuzzy elbow of a sleeping, snoring Sasquatch. A whimsical wormhole of a Schrödinger sleepover camp traveling through a random, slow-moving loop around the 1980s. A place where we also, sometimes, do arts and crafts. But what is Camp Phoenix? Or better still, where is Camp Phoenix?
The answer is rather simple. Anywhere it wants to be, any given moment, sometime between 1980 and the last day of 1989. That's the only thing we can really be sure of. That fact and backdrop is a constant and will never change. Until it does.
Because that's just inevitable with this sort of sci-fi thing. There's also always cryptids. So please remember, the buddy system is your friend. See what I did there?
How does one truly describe the scent in English or any Earth language where the words will only fail as they fall from your mouth? Maybe if we recognize the letters. Maybe, just maybe, if we paint them instead. Hold my yerba mate.
Camp Phoenix is canoe trips and starfish sailing boats afloat Lake Lil Nessie, Bigfoot's edible flora and bug identification trail walks, Mothman's candlelight night hikes, Clownfruit's face painting capture the flag, Wendigo's wilderness survival course, the Lost Dutchman's Grim Rapids gold panning, Skinwalker's soccer, Spring Heel Jack's jumping rope course, Space-Time hand drumming, Doug's dousing wood whittling hour, the talking stick, but not the one you remember, and lastly, Chef Chupacabra's annual end of summer weenie roast. And a final evening, a flickering, face-lit flashlight ghost tales told around a grand and cackling fire. It smells like that.
Did that make sense? The point is, the place has got a certain kind of vibe, as does the Accord itself. The perfect balance of both déjà vu and je ne sais quoi. Something strange and also something French going on there.
Hey, like the Olympics.
Now, let us get literal and hope for the best, shall we?
This set provides one with a particular place in space and time. Camp Phoenix 2024.
Welcome back, Shave Cadet.
And thank you for your support.
Counselor Doug, Fran, and Mascot Huxley.
Y'all, get in the van because we're going off to camp with this unboxing. Y'all, this was a surprise sent out to us from Douglas and Fran for free to review, and we're so grateful.
We just got here.
This is how they come. Usually when we order, it's a much bigger box.
It is true, yes.
We put other things in it. Oh,
See,
there it is.
It's our little splashy on top.
The special foamy paper. Oh, y'all, it's a hollow label. Look at that. Oh, I haven't even really seen the label yet.
Wow.
Y'all.
That is a sea monster and Loch Ness and there's lots of friends.
Oh, this is already one of my favorite labels.
Look at the dude on top, too.
Whoa, and what's it saying? Oh, established 2012.
Okay.
Oh, okay, wait.
Hey,
Let's see how this
matches. There's a map, and it says Truckee Road. So maybe Tahoe-ish?
Yo,
I don't know.
We're California kids here, and we've made
is?
several trips up to Lake Tahoe via Truckee.
There's definitely a queue.
There is a
And
queue.
there's definitely someone parachuting. There is some excitement here.
Let's see. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Look at the labels.
They're
love
so
that.
fun.
Totally 80s color scheme.
Yep, they said 1980 to 1989. They were not messing.
And we are camping kids at heart, so we are so excited for this adventure. Let's have a first impression! I think you should go.
You think?
Yeah, you've got an actual cabin. We used to have to bring tents.
Yeah, no, we did that too. We also did the camping with the trailer edition. There was a few different versions of camping that
My
we
grandparents had a trailer, so it was kind of a lucky day when you get to sleep indoors when you're camping.
We even have taken her camping. She's had to hide in a tent with us.
She was an itty bitty baby, and all the folks from the surrounding camps all came over to have some little Laney puppy time because she was just so cute.
You would just hear the squeak from far away, like, oh,
Right.
say hi. She was a little famous at the campground.
Let's see if this helps recreate those summer mornings waking up outside for us.
There is a difference camping in summer.
Ah.
Like there's summer camping, which is a little warmer in the air, you can smell it. And then kind of more fall camping, that chill and Christmas in the air.
Now, let's have a grown-up conversation. Because there is sort of a family of these PAA scents that I've noticed. One of them is Space of July, which is sort of a barbecue scent.
Okay.
This one, which is more of a campsite, campfire, and then firework, which we already covered, which is sort of like the sulfur and a spent firework shell from the 4th of July. So I think these are all kind of, at least I hope, in the same kind of lane because y'all, let's have a grown-up conversation. Everyone we have had smell firework, you would think that'd be more of a novelty soap, but generally the response we get is like, I want that on me now, right? There's just something about it, the gunpowder scents, like those earthy things, or even terra preta, right? Those kind of earthy scents are just so beautiful and so comforting. I think there's something from our caveman days that these scents sort of speak to. So I'm so excited for this
There's just
one.
like a campfire smell is different, especially like we used to do beach camping when I lived in Southern California, and like you would really smell it in your hair and on you like the next day, you know, you'd forget like, oh yeah, I was there.
You have to wash your clothes to get it out. It's a beautiful scent when you get home. It's kind of like a postcard that you bring home.
As soon as you open the car, everybody's unloading. You just smell it. It's just on the sleeping bags, on your backpacks. Like it's there.
I even used to throw fir needles into the fire to make it smoke because that was fun. But just the smell of it was just so beautiful. All right, let's see if this is recreated in a soap, y'all.
All right, let's see what adventure. I've heard it could be space and time. It could be lots of things.
Anything. Who knows?
Here we go.
Doc Brown pop out of this.
He might. Interesting.
Yeah?
It does have more the campfire vibe.
Love it.
I know we've had a few that had like smoky kind of stuff or like Smoky Mountain hints or different things, but that was more like a charcoaly kind of fire to me.
Yep.
This is more that woodsy fire.
Now, a little bit of Cade. Do you remember the scent note we had that was Cade? That was kind of like a smoke?
Oh, it might be, but it's, like I still feel like the campfire is still going out.
Oh, nice.
Does that make sense? Like it's a different smell. It's not the afterburn as much as it just like you just finished your s'mores, you just finished eating and putting everything away. Like you're just letting it die down, you know?
And does it zoom out from the campfire a little?
There's definitely a lot of woods around here. So I'm not sure if the woods are in there necessarily, or if it's just to set the tone of being at camp. Like there could be even more like a green sagey kind of thing, or like there's something green, but it's like in nature green. I don't really get like Christmassy, evergreeny, those kind of things. I'm definitely getting more like the summer, drier kind of sides.
But would it be true that this is more the campsite than just the campfire alone?
Yes. I feel like that's part of it. Like it's something to set the tone of that.
Right.
Like I don't feel like I'm at a summer camp where there's tons of cabins around necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Like I do feel like I'm more wilderness-y.
Doing it on your own, huh?
I think, yeah, I know. But I'm not sure if it's more because I know Phoenix. I don't know how the camping, it might be a little different there than here. Like we have a lot more green trees around here, so.
That's true. They're more desert camping down there near the Mojave, right?
Yeah, because there's a drier smell in here. And then it kind of goes dry, and then it's like a nature, not gourmand, but there's something that's a little sweeter. There's definitely like a fire pit around, but I don't feel it's not only smoke. There's definitely other things happening here.
Love it.
And there's almost like something that's green and nature oriented, but then it kind of turns a little sweeter on me.
Oh.
Not gourmandy necessarily, but like, I don't want to say floral either, but there's something maybe that's more like the herb or something that's happening.
Right.
Just to know that I'm outdoors.
Well, and maybe if you're desert camping, somewhere like midway between Phoenix and California, you've got some of that green stuff, but you've got a little bit more of the sandy desert nature of it.
Like a stone rocky smell is somewhat there.
Yeah, right. Because I did spend a week in the Salton Sea with my aunt and uncle once on a Jeep trip. And it's very different. Like when you walk out in the morning, you get this like wet, sandy smell. Yeah.
So, and that's what it's something different. It's not like where we think of Northern California camping. Right. There's some other kind of twist in here that's making me think it does have a little bit of a Phoenix-like hint happening.
There you go. A little bit desert camping. All right, y'all.
Yeah. See what you think.
I have
that's
camped
where I'm going.
in both states, so I'm actually excited. Okay. I think those are the only 2 states I have camped in.
Oh, really? Okay, well then there you go. That should tell us something.
Right. I'm going to camping.
See where it takes you. But it may just be a time warp to the 80s, and we may be totally wrong. I don't know.
Y'all, let's take a trip. Here we go.
Does what I was saying sound like make sense now?
100%. Y'all, I bring you such glad tidings and great joy. If you were a camping kid, there is just nothing better than the moment the sun is going down or has left the horizon and you got your comfy chair, camp is broken, everything you have to do for the day is done, dinner is over there, ready to get thrown on the fire, and the only thing you have left to do is to enjoy your evening, kill those 3 beers you got sitting next to you, sing a few rounds of Kumbaya, and look forward to those ghost stories. Y'all, that is the vibe that this has captured. So hear my face. If I want to go to the beach, PAA has me so covered with that scent. It was one of the very first ones we did. Sure. But this is my camping trip, y'all, because it's not just the fire. And for me, it's not even just the campsite. There's even a broader vibe. Yeah, I get a little bit of the night air.
Right? Maybe that's what I was getting. That I was thinking was more like the damp, stony kind of thing.
Y'all, I get a little bit of the night.
What'd you get?
Hold on. Wait. Excuse me for a second.
Dive back in. His antennas went up. What's happening?
Y'all? I'm going to say it.
Well,
I'm going to say it. I'm saying it. I think, in the campsite next door, I think they're making ballpark franks.
Oh.
I think there's hot dogs on a stick.
Dinner is on the horizon.
Over there. Wait, hold on.
Not fish that
I know there's not gourmands, but y'all, I think there's a tiny sense of hot dogs in the next camp. Wait a minute.
Okay, hold on.
Just hold on. Wait.
Okay. Smell for the hot dog. Is that what I was thinking was getting sweeter at the end? Is that what it is?
Y'all, put in the comments if you went to camp as well. Because I think there's a little bit of Hebrew National going on the fire in the camp next door.
I wouldn't say you're completely wrong.
And it's not gourmand. You know what it is? It's like the blackness
That's
of the char. See?
The
blackness
crisp
of the char, like on the edge. Oh, she's deaf. It's fine. The blackness on the edge of the wiener. Mm-hmm. That's what I get. So it's not like the food part. It's like the charred part. Mm-hmm. Douglas, did you do...
You know, like when you're camping, you have that griddle that goes over.
Right.
Maybe you cooked dinner on that earlier, and it's just now finally cooking itself
kind of
off.
Sense a little bit of that New York steak from the night before still sitting on the grill when you light the flames.
Very faint echo at the end, so don't be worried. You're not putting hot dogs on your face.
No. This is the faintest thing from that.
It's just a little whiff of the weenie contest.
Somebody's cooking something next door, but that's all part of the camp experience. Everything that we cooked was cooked over that fire.
It's just that rawness of camping.
Like we had a stove that was for certain camping trips, but there were some camping trips where it was just like grab a stick and whittle the end of it so it's clean and put your wiener on there and put it on the fire and that's going to be dinner. Grab a bag of chips. Nothing better in the world. You also, I kind of get that sense even of that coming in from the campsite next door.
Back to the 80s, that was definitely a big thing.
Oh!
You didn't have all the other crap, you know? It's just grab and go.
I think at the gate, at the ranger station, they made sure you had at least 8 hot dogs. If you didn't, they weren't going to let you in.
Yeah, even when we went camping this last time, we almost forgot to buy enough wood to use for the fire. And we had to go buy some more. Like, it was a thing.
And boy, was that expensive.
It is expensive. Bring your own firewood.
Pack an extra bag of money. Oh, and you're right. There is something green. It's not evergreen.
Yeah, not that side.
I don't even know for sure if it's a wood, but I'm getting the sense of sort of an herby, beautiful, sandy, dirty campsite around me, and this is bad.
It's still clean. I don't know how to make that, you know, like, if you think campfire, you don't always think clean, but there's something clean that's happening there. I don't know how it's happening. Maybe the night air thing you said, but, like, it leaves a clean vibe.
Rustic.
That's a good word.
Clean, right?
Yeah.
Tiny bit of mustard,
Yeah, I can't decide if it's like a lighter fluidy thing. Like, you know, when you start the fire, something is just a little in there.
Well, y'all, we did get a list of scent notes along with our map at the ranger station on the way in. Let's take a look.
This is making me want to go camping hard. Like, I want to go find, like, okay, when do we have time that we can sneak away?
And doesn't that tell you this is done right?
Yeah.
Y'all, if it just wakes up that wanderer.
It does. Like, I'm like, man,
camping.
we need to go camping.
So, y'all, here are the scent notes for Camp Phoenix 2024.
All right, this is not as long of a list as I was expecting. I kind of thought there was a lot more happening in here.
Here you go.
Okay, mesquite wood.
Love
so
that.
that's more the barbecue.
That's the barbecue, 100%.
And that might be actually like where my brain's filling in the blanks of like the hot dog kind of vibe
Right,
or something.
That might
like
be the charge
that
off,
just
like the
represents
mesquite.
that.
That's right.
You
Yeah,
know?
because generally you wouldn't put mesquite in your fire unless you were cooking a little food.
Right, some
with it, right?
fancy kind of vibe, like smoking your stuff, you know?
Right,
like,
yeah, because we just would throw pine wood.
Yeah,
on the fire.
just
And
whatever we
speaking
got.
of that, next
Hey,
is
pine. And, oh, there was a sage, but it's white sage fire with white birch. That's very specific. Is that an 80s thing?
I'm almost a little scared. What's white sage fire? I'm totally giving you credit. You said herb. You said something like that.
Sorta.
Green. You said I totally give you credit for that.
I'll
And
take
then
it.
next up.
All right. So white birch, tar, charcoal, and spice notes. That's all we get.
Hold on. Hold on. There was a lot of information packed in those 9 syllables. Charcoal. Wait a minute. And tar. Okay, hold on. Like roof tar?
Or like tree, like sap kind of tar. You know, like that kind of
Wait,
has
what?
But I wonder if that's why our brain is
That's
filling in the blanks,
a little
you know?
bit of the hot dog. Is
Yeah.
something in the tar and the mesquite like together, and then a little bit with the charcoal? That's it.
Right. So I don't know if there's actually hot dogs here, but
No.
I think our brains are filling in the blanks because then when you think of cooking dinner, you stand there and
But
smell that.
think about though, if you are cooking hot dogs over a campfire, you are smelling half of this when you do it, right?
So it's
You're
like
just not
power
tasting
of suggestion
the pork butt
alone,
in
you
there,
know.
right? Yeah, there's all the, and then find spice.
Spice notes. That's all. A virtual smellscape.
Now, 300 soaps. What do you think the spice is? Let's see if we can crack this code. What are you getting?
I am.
It's probably not cinnamon. I'll tell you that.
No.
What are you getting?
I think it's more the herby side that I was
Right.
getting. Like there's
Yeah,
something
I
just
think so, too.
nature-esque about it.
Right.
Like I don't feel like I walked into the kitchen to grab these spice notes necessarily.
No.
It could be something from around.
like just hints of a rosemary maybe or a cedar or something.
Right, and there's still something that you know that it's a damp night air
Right,
vibe.
yes.
Like I don't know how that's coming
Right.
across, but something in the virtual smellscape is creating that.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely more nighttime.
Yeah, if you are blindfolded in the middle of Big Basin State Park, you can tell what time of day it is just by
Yep.
the smell alone. So,
Right,
yeah,
and even
so
just
we
like as the sun goes down, it changes the scent of like what's around. Like
Right.
it really does. Like that's why you have a fire, you know.
And if you are traveling to your favorite campground this
you
summer, we
may
might
want that.
suggest you bring along your lather lid from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements because it fits on top of any soap. Why don't you show them how that works?
Oh yes, it's a little
And then
demonstration
you can
for
just
you.
pack this right in your backpack
Voila.
and head out on the Appalachian Trail. Y'all, and you're all set. It also fits the soaps of a lot of other artists as well.
It's very cool because a lot of people do their shave of the days like out camping and stuff when they go.
Right.
They plan what they bring.
Tobin takes some of the most beautiful nature pictures that it must take him like 2 hours to hike in.
I know there's a few people that do that. They like go camping and plan where they're
Right.
going to take it. And then I just want to jump through the pictures because I'm like, that's a cool shave of the day.
Y'all, who would have thought a year ago that someday I would have been shaving with a lather that smells like my campsites
Right?
growing up? This is
But
awesome.
it's specifically like an 80s campsite,
Right.
which there is something in this that has that nostalgia.
Right.
Kind of different time and space vibe for sure.
And to quote shave guru Lee Noons, hey, you may not want to smell like a campsite, but you want to smell a campsite. Mm-hmm. Don't you?
If you want to escape
Gotcha.
into camping land, here you
100%.
go.
Look at this. You know?
It's already waking up.
Beautiful.
Holy
Oh,
cow.
waking up. It's ready to go to bed again. Y'all, look at that. Starts a little more on the wet, foamy side and then gets creamy and then turns into an iridescent yogurt. And that's about the time it's begging to be put on your moneymaker. So, y'all, when we watch our Shave Arcade, we do like to watch how Angelo coats the lather on his face because I think it tells you a lot about the base, tells you a lot about the formula. So we're going to start doing something a little similar. May I do the honors?
Yes, please.
All right, here we go. Oh, you know, I don't think I've ever shaved while camping.
I was just going to ask you that, actually.
I think that's always part of the ritual.
Right,
when I
you
get
just
home.
don't shave until you get back.
Y'all, look at this. And you're right, there is a beautiful sweetness.
It's a nature kind of sweet. I don't know what it is,
nice.
but maybe it's like the tar meets the something, like
Tar
something swaps.
Meets the sage, meets the Oscar Maia Vina. If you can't pig out when you're camping, what
Right?
good is it?
I feel like that's half the thing is you plan out what's going to go in the coolers because you got to bring it with you. So then you already start drooling over the
You need
meals.
the calories to survive. It's a total survival thing.
It
But
is.
Look at this. This feels warmer than the average lather. What's the opposite of menthol?
What? Yeah.
Does this have a little campfire in it? Oh, look how that covers. What are you getting from the lather? Anything new?
It's funny. It's actually subtle. It's not as crazy potent to me
Right.
as it was smelling it from here. Like it's a lighter scent on your face,
Right.
which, you may not want to dunk your whole face in the campfire. Just a little bit of a hint of a campfire. is
Yeah,
happening.
don't put your whole face in the campfire. All right, y'all. So where we go camping is Big Basin State Park. In fact, here's a picture from one of Sarah's birthdays. And we're now going to present to you the official California Sasquatch whiff. On 3, 1, 2. Oh, he's there. Mm-hmm. He's there. Absolutely.
You like it? She was. She's lifting her nose. I guess campfire. You know that smell too, right?
Oh, she's
She
been
knows.
camping. She's a seasoned camper.
Do you smell the Sasquatch? Is he there? Did you ever go to sleepaway camp for like summer for weeks on end?
Not weeks.
Okay.
I was a little traumatized and came home rather instantly, but
I see.
I was an assistant counselor for a brief period. Yeah, I'm not going to exactly go into why I came home early, but it was not uncommon to be sitting around with the assistant counselors after we had put the counselors to bed, and you see Henry walking by with a big rubber mask and a literal axe. And then like 4 minutes later, you hear everybody losing their mind. Yeah, it was that kind of summer camp. They actually did get sued, but we're going to have to take this a little bit deeper. So, y'all, when I was at summer camp, there was an accident on the highway near the camp. Everybody was fine, but our camp master knew all of the cops who were there taking care of the accident, and he told them, hey, can you do me a favor? We have this ghost story around the camp that there's an old lady in a wheelchair that comes up and checks on all the campers every night. Would you do me a favor and in your best stage whisper, when I ask you, hey, what happened? Would you say loud enough for the campers to hear, there was a lady in a wheelchair on the highway and the driver swerved to avoid her. Y'all, that camp became legendary after that. That story spread coast to coast and none of those campers slept the rest of the time, and half of them started wetting the bed that night. Do you remember any ghost stories from camp? What did you guys do with around the campfire?
The one camp that I went to was Girl Scout camp, so we did lots of beating and lots of other patches to earn.
Beatings?
BEAD.
Oh, beatings.
Beatings. You'd make
Okay,
little
beatings.
bracelets and other things.
I thought. What do you guys do at night at your cabin in Red Bluff?
So now our cabin has electricity and things because we got a solar battery powered thing. But back in the day when we didn't, you'd have, the big lamps going on the deck and we'd have card games going on or some kind of thing that we'd be playing, or if it was just my family smaller, we would read or do something, it wouldn't be as big of an excessive thing. But, if it's big groups of family, it would always be some kind of a board game or a card game or something. Lots of laughter and storytellings and different things.
And let's see if there are any secrets left hiding in the splash.
I did the soap first, so you should do the splash
All
first.
right, let's see.
That
how
should be
this
our fear
comes
deal.
off here.
Uh-oh.
Y'all, if the little paper in there sticks to your Phoenix aftershave, you need to just buff the top here a little bit because it still has a little of the sticky on there. That's why it pulls the top out. All right, here we go, y'all. On 3, 1. Oh, I'm getting a little more of the herbs, a little more of the sage, and I am not afraid to put this on my face for the rest of the day. This is beautiful. Hold on a second.
Okay, let's see.
Oh,
She smells.
whoa. Y'all, not a crazy far walk from a beautiful wood-based herby aftershave.
Okay.
Y'all.
There we go.
Y'all.
Oh, I'm kind of getting that smell here.
Hold on. Right? Y'all. My aunt used to give me English leather when I was 9. This is 10 times more crowd-pleasing. Come on. You ready?
I feel like it does have a little bit of an 80s vibe still.
Oh, it totally does.
I don't know how that's happening, but I would not say that was wrong.
Y'all. There's more cedar in this. Mm-hmm. There's more cedar in this.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah, the white sage meets something else. The tar is a little less. It's there in the background, and the charcoaly stuff is there, but it's very in the background. So if you were wearing this and you walked by someone, I don't know if they immediately would be like, oh, he's been to the campfire. But they would know you've been outdoors. They would know you've been out off in the wilderness. Or you like
and if
it.
you have been to Camp Phoenix before, the splash used to be more of a gourmandy, marshmallowy, s'more kind of thing.
Right.
Now they match.
That was
Now
the
it's
change
just
they were hinting
nostalgic
at.
80s
Okay.
campsite. Oh, and I'm loving this. Not that I wouldn't go for some more if offered to me. But.
It's funny because my brain keeps showing me our old trailer that was definitely like 80s colors, like that burnt orangey kind of color was definitely there. And the inside, the interior, the patterns were a little aged, but it worked great for camping. Like, we didn't care. It was perfect.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus on a camping trip when he's about 10 years old, and there's going to be this giant cliff that overlooks this big old water hole, and people are jumping off into it. Maybe a 20, 25-foot drop, y'all. So I'm going to stand there, and I'm going to work up my courage, and it's going to take a little longer than I think it's going to take. In fact, it's going to drag on and on that I'm standing there, and when I finally do jump and I come up triumphant, and all I'm met with is a nice slow golf clap, I got my own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com, or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I've had my shave, campers, with Camp Phoenix, a weirdly wonderful outdoor camping site scent. And y'all, it is not dirt-based. It is campfire-based. I do not get the sense of earth or soil in this at all, and I love it. There's just enough herbs and spices around to know that you are out in a beautiful clearing, maybe near Lake Tahoe, maybe not. And y'all, the Phoenix lather. After a year into this, there are just some bases that when I go to shave with my razor, it's going to be a little bit, well, of a prickly experience. There are going to be some cleanups. There are going to be a few extra passes. It might be a little too slick and go right over the tiny stubble that I want it to get. But y'all, when I load up my Henson with this base, I can put whatever razor I want in it, and I know it's going to be fun, and I know it's going to be just a squeegee along an open path with 0 red dots. Douglas and Fran, this has just been a friend for the last year. Thank you. She's never wanted to lick my hands more than doing this.
I know she keeps wanting this.
Camping dog. Welcome to Messages.
So, speaking of Phoenix and these wonderful summer fun scents, we wanted to make sure that you had a chance to get your own. So we are going to do a $20 gift card to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Yeah, for our giveaway this month, y'all. So to be eligible, just send us an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so we can get back to you. It is the only way we communicate about our giveaways. Mm-hmm. And check back here on September 4th when we draw our lucky name on the show to see if you are our winner.
Best of luck.
That is what I truly like to be. I swear there's a little bit of hot dog in this, and I love it.
There's just something different that, instead of just like a fire pit, that it's a camp fire. Like, there's lots of stuff that goes in and out of that little area while you're working.
Fire's on the ground. Y'all is surrounded by rocks or a little metal thing, right? That's where campfire is.
It's a little more of like that rugged side. It comes through somehow. I don't know exactly, but it's definitely, even without reading those scent notes and you take a whiff of this, there's something real and organic and outdoors about it.
And y'all, sometimes when I shave, I want my grandpa with me. I want his Aqua Velva. I want his Old Spice. But y'all, sometimes when I shave, especially as the summer months wear on and the days get longer, where I want to remember all of those wonderful camping trips with my family. Those were our vacations every year. We didn't go to New York. We didn't go to Europe. We went out in the middle of Big Basin State Park, and we made our own fun. And y'all, this is bringing back all of those memories and all of those experiences. Douglas and Fran, thank you for knowing that sometimes we just need to escape to the beach or out to a camping trip or somewhere else fun for a few minutes. Right!
Tombstone is one.
Like Lee Noon said, now morning is his favorite time of the day because of PAA, and I totally get why.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
Ooh, you'll smell more adventurous just watching this.